dropped out here in Georgia. Crazy.
Crazy, ain't it, bro?
Crazy, man. It was damn near 70 a day or two. Now it's like barely touching 40.
Crazy. Shit's sick. Playing games with me.
That's all. We just got to mentally make that shit disappear, and it'll disappear.
Right.
I remember. I still remember that all those fucking chemtrail planes that was out there when me and you was building that day, Huey.
Bro, crazy.
And once we start wishing them shits away, nigga, them shits disappeared like they fell off the plane.
Right.
Word. It went from the whole cloud being. It went from the whole skies being chemtrail to not one chemtrail found.
Yo, I do that all the time, bro.
Yeah, man.
You know, once you start
consciousness, baby.
Yeah. What you were saying, Ton?
I was just saying, once you start vibrating at that frequency, you know?
Yeah, man, because the earth feels that shit. And the earth is never going to let us down, man. It'll never let us down as long as we call out to it.
Real.
The 432 frequency, man, we need to learn how to tap into it.
Yeah, I've heard about different frequencies and shit like that. And that's what this whole mumble rap is on right now. It's on a frequency that is eating up everybody's mind. So that's why you're hearing a lot of the same music. Because this frequency that's on those 808s and shit, it's only opening up one certain part of the brain.
There was this professor in Japan who did a study. I think he just passed away like 4 years ago. It's the water study. You ever heard of that?
Yes, when they might play certain musical tunes or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I believe that the music we're listening today are tapping into a frequency of a 440 and higher. That brings kind of like the stress, autoimmune or and a reaction to the immune system.
No, you're right.
They can mess up certain frequencies inside our bodies.
That's why these young folks is committing suicide
violence
more than ever. It ain't them.
Exactly.
It ain't them being wimps or anything like that. They being fucked with in their head. Don't even know it.
Because our bodies is made out of 75% of water, right? So let's say they figured out something to mess with our molecular structure in the quantum cell at the most smallest part of it we can find, and they use this music. They use the TVs. They use the frequencies with the Wi-Fi to the cell phone, because the cell phones. How many of you honestly shut your phone down when you go to sleep?
I know I don't, brother.
Be honest.
I actually plug out my Wi-Fi and turn.
I don't even have a Wi-Fi in my house. And do you all know, if you have a Wi-Fi, you can turn off the Wi-Fi discovery mode, so you don't have to. Nobody can find it. You can turn that off in the administrator settings, so you don't have to have that signal always pumping into your brain every fucking second. So
no, you're right.
Suggest turn that off.
You're talking about basically turning off the setting to where if it's asking me to if it's feeling that there's Wi-Fi around, all the shits will pop up except yours, because you almost have it like in a private mode, correct?
Exactly.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Because we don't need those frequencies all over us when we're sleeping, especially when we're sleeping. That's our most vulnerable stage. We are sleeping. Our body's being repaired at night. So
I know. I have to watch my oldest daughter a little bit more, because for the past couple of months she's been waking up groggy and shit like that, and she's not like the most upbeat girl, but she's definitely a positive girl. And my shorty came to me yesterday morning like, I don't know what's up with Naheli. And I'm like, wow, what happened? Oh, she be waking up like she look mad and shit, So I have to watch her a little bit more. Maybe watch see what she's watching, see what she might be doing when she thinks nobody's looking and shit,
You know what you do? You go to the power box and turn off the what do you call it? The energy, the plug, plugs to their bedroom. Reason being is that nobody realizes that there's actually 10 feet of electromagnetic frequency around each wire that goes through the house.
Damn, 10 feet.
You can actually get a Gauss meter and actually record all that. You see what I'm saying?
I was actually getting into that the other day while he's talking about that energy fields. In our rooms, we have outlets that we don't use, but they always transmitted some type of energy. And where they are located is always level with when you're sleeping. Think about that. Every outlet is always 14 inches from the ground up. How convenient is that? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And as far as it's funny you say that because there's a whole bunch of math and shit when it comes to like construction, and they always say, yo, you have to put the toilet bowl 16 inches from the wall, and then you see these sockets that's plugged in 12 inches above the ground, but for what though? What's the real purpose behind it?
Let me ask you a question, Harry. Is she has a TV in the room?
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, brother. We keep the TV running all night. I put it on Nick Jr. And
what I'm about to tell you might be a crude, but take the TV out. Take the TV out. Put the TV in a location where y'all all can watch TV when y'all all get down as a family. I know it might sound old school, but try to do that. Like find something y'all can all watch together so you can view what she's viewing.
Yeah. Danny, you're talking real shit because I only have one TV, and when it's on, not only are we watching it as a family, I don't have cable, so it's usually movies. I can regulate too. I don't want my kids watching Nick Jr. I know how satanic that shit is.
And man? Y'all look at these fucking cartoons, Court. It's crazy, man. Cartoons
exactly.
Gravity Falls and all.
Hey, let me piggyback off
shit,
that
man.
real quick. You see, there's a thing called therapeutic lighting, and you know what I'm saying, that's where they actually use light for to doctor you. You know what I'm saying? And now that your TVs have this high def
flicker rate,
and you do know that they've been putting subliminal messages in your radio before they even came up with this high def stuff. So you best believe that they're sending they're programming the children through therapeutic lighting through those TVs. So I don't suggest letting it play till they go to sleep and letting that thing go in there, because you don't have to be awake to get doctored through that therapeutic lighting and sound.
That's fact.
I got a question for all of you, and you can check this, so it's not just me saying it. If you don't have incandescent bulbs in your house and you're doing the LEDs, and go and look at it and answer one question for me. This goes with what we're talking about. Why is there an FCC stamp on a light bulb? Go check it.
An FCC regulates
federal communications,
like music and radio stations.
Federal communications. Why is there an FCC stamp on a light bulb?
Well, you do know. Well, you do got to understand that the light bulb itself is part of the circuit. You know what I'm saying? Just like the lens is part of the circuit on the camera.
What does the communications area of our federal government have to do with your light bulbs? It's not on incandescents.
Are they listening?
LEDs. And if they can listen, what are they pumping?
I know what you're getting at. But let me say something real quick.
All right, so real deep. Could they use light as a communicator?
They're going to use 5G. They're going to use your light bulbs through 5G.
It's possibility. Listen.
That's called fiber optics.
The TVs, I want you all to look at this and do this at home. Everybody in the chat room, I'm going to show you something you probably never heard before. Look at your TVs. Look at your cell phones. Now, turn them off. Like, put it on, like TV's turned off. And tell me if you can see your reflection on the TV itself with the TV off. God damn.
My son draining the main vein, man. Yo, man, you gotta have a little more etiquette, brother.
He took water storage to a whole nother level.
Oh man, my bad. I thought I walked away and forgot I got my headphones on.
Funny.
Hey, yo. So your TV is a two-way transmitter. It's a transmitter and a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you have on, they're listening to you while you're listening to them. They're watching you, or you're watching them while they're watching you. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying is they figured out a way to use the TVs through magic ways.
You're talking about the mirror.
The black mirror.
Black mirror, yes.
Well, we have a black mirror with us every single day, and that's our cell phones.
Cell phones, yep. And you have a tracking device with you every day called your cell phone. You have a listening device with you every day called your cell phone. Now they're brand new cars. Anything that's 2008 and newer has a black box that can tell you remotely how fast you're going, where you traveled. So if you leave your cell phone at home, they're tracking your car.
Right. So what I'm saying is maybe we need to turn stuff off and go have fun with our families.
Yep. Now here's another thing you can do.
Yeah.
Go out and they're cheap. Go on Craigslist and find a microwave.
What?
Damn, you hear this shit? They cut his ass right off.
Word.
Yo.
They listening.
Yeah, they muted his
ass.
All
right. What you're gonna do? Everybody got jokes. What you're gonna do is go get a microwave, and you're gonna cut the cord on the back. You can get them for like $5 or something from Craigslist. At night, take your cell phones, the whole family, chuck them in the microwave, shut the door. That way, nobody can turn it on, and the little kids aren't playing with the cord.
Yo,
that's a Faraday cage that the signals can't come in or go out. And in the morning, you pull your phone out. Anything that did come in, it'll reboot and handle your business.
Yo, I just did that. Seeing if this computer, I seen Gary doing that shit. He have his hang-ons hooked up to the computer, and he able to go on this computer. And
hey, Nadi, we'll talk about that later because we're live.
Oh shit.
So what I was saying about the phones and the TVs and all that stuff, and your daughter, if you have a cell phone, she plays on a cell phone constantly. I know a lot of parents let the kids play on the cell phone. And minimize that as much as you possibly can. And like he said, turn off turn off the circuit to her room. Turn off the circuit to her room. Also, get that grounding. Do some research on the grounding thing. It's incredible.
No, yeah, I've actually did a little bit with that, and thanks to this whole better understanding of the electromagnetism and the positive and the negative charge and whatnot. Yeah, I fucked around and grabbed a couple of circular magnets. Positive, I put them around my water bottles. I actually don't have too much area to ground, so I just bought like big ass magnets that I just stand on for maybe about a half hour to an hour every day and shit. And I kind of just grabbed that grounding, electric pull and shit like that through the magnets.
Right.
And I hug a tree damn near every fucking day. You hear me? Every opportunity I get, you might catch me hugging the tree. Motherfuckers be looking at me crazy, but
word.
It is what
I do the same thing.
I be hugging the shit out of that tree, boy, like a long lost relative or something.
I've been doing too. I've been doing a lot of Falun Gong. I don't know if you heard of Falun Gong.
I no, I never heard of that.
It's like it's a cultivation technique. It's just exercises. It's not a religion, even nothing to do with a cult, nothing to do with that. It's just 5 exercises. You do them whenever you want, but you do it in a certain way. Look it up on YouTube.
It's like Qigong. You're basically building your Qi.
Yeah, it's just a cultivation. You're increasing that Qi. You eat healthy, and it's just a good way because you're vegan. I think you already said you're a vegan or something like that. That'll increase that energy within, and you can tap into it. It's a way we could tap into it through our positive thinking, positive results all the time. I know you positive, so I think you'll be all right. It just there's a lot of things we take for granted, like all those Wi-Fi's, all the connections inside our house, or especially the chemicals we clean. I mean, if you're using chloride, all that stuff around, and you smelling that stuff, you get a headache, and you wonder why you're getting a headache. It's all that chemical too. So you know what I utilize is a lot of white vinegar, not unscented, and ozone water. I have an ozone machine that I just put a big water and I just let ozone hit it for like 25 minutes, and I just utilize that water for cooking and stuff like that, and to clean the same thing because it just cleans everything real good for you. Disinfects 99.9%. You know.
I actually heard something as well about pine sol because of the natural scent that pine gives out or something like that. It's actually like good to clean your house with pine sol. Have you guys ever heard anything like that?
Ozonator? You have an ozonator? You making
ozone? I got an ozone machine in my crib, dog. I'm hardcore. I have a bachelor's in alternative medicine, so I learned a lot when it came to all the weird ways like coffee enemas, ozone therapy.
You just putting it in your water, or you breathing it too?
No, what I do is I do a lot of ozone water, right, and I freeze it. Okay. And then little by little, whenever I gotta go in the mornings to go to work, I take the water bottle and it's ice, and then I just let it sit in my car, and little by little I just start drinking on it. And then in the house, I take another hose and I get some concentrated oils, kind of like frankincense or lavender, and then I let the ozone hit the oil, and then I could breathe it. But you cannot breathe the ozone straight from the machine. It will agitate you, and it could even kill you. You gotta breathe it through a source.
Hey Danny, can you give us like a model number, where to go to purchase these things? Any information?
A real ozonator is expensive. You don't want to get
all right, but our health.
The one I bought it at Amazon for like $99, and it's a wall model, so you can keep it right there in your kitchen, and it'll last you maybe 2 years, and then you just gotta get the recharge thing that you have to it's like a piece, but
I bought some of them cheap ones before, but they don't really last good. But like if you testing out the quality of the ozone, it doesn't really do too good. The cheaper ones, right. You know what I'm saying? You get one for $1,000.
So you get what you pay for. That's what I mean.
One that you can breathe, because there's different ways to make the ozone.
Yeah, the good ones are expensive, but the really, really good ones, the ones that I work with doctors with, are with a gas tank, and then there's a machine next to it, and then you got to open it up, and that gives you like really good ozone.
Yo, so I got this job interview tomorrow. I'm gonna have to give him my piss and shit. Would it be smart for me to like smoke my only blunt now, or just go ahead and just thug it out? I'm about to get to the gallon of water and the cranberry and all that. I plan on doing at least 2 or 3 before the day is out.
Go to the supermarket and look for Certo. It's a gelatin that you drink that box of Certo with your water, and your piss is clean. Look that one up.
That's all I need then?
Nah, man, let me tell you something. I'm gonna be honest with you. All right? I'm gonna keep it 100. I have a basic understanding when it comes to doing tests because I worked in labs too. And it's if you go do it today, or you already done it today, or you've been doing it, it's gonna be really hard to pass that test just like that, even with that thing he's talking about. Now, I heard some people, what they do is they don't do no exercise, they don't eat nothing for 24 hours. You cannot burn no calories. That means no sex, no nothing, no food. And in the morning, when you go ready to go to the interview, you just drink water and let the water start running. Like, go take a couple of piss before you go to the drug spot. I mean, 2 or 3 piss before you. You keep drinking water. You keep drinking water. Okay? No running, no stress, no sweat. Keep the metabolize as low as possible. The only thing you're gonna do is for now to tomorrow, no food, nothing. Little bit of water and start pissing everything out. So when you get there and you piss, you just pissing nothing but water. It didn't go and they get metabolized because you pissing nothing but you pissing back to back. You see, like if you drink a lot of water, you start going to the bathroom within a couple of minutes right away, right?
Yeah. This is why I understand. You know, I just want to be able to get that water flow through the body and coming out at the time I need to come out.
You don't want to do no exercise, no sex, because you don't want to burn no calories. Because that's
why you telling me I can't eat, Papa? Today's Sunday, man.
Hey, my daughter.
Who's gonna take the test?
Going on right now.
Hey, my daughter was getting. She's pregnant and she got caught with weed in her system, and they was threatening to take the baby. So I told her to go sign up at the drug rehab so you can look good on paper early, so that way, you know what I'm saying, you won't have too much problems, and, you know, maybe they'll forgive you. So she went down to the drug program, and the drug program says, you know what I'm saying, because in another borough, though, you know, another state, because she was in North Carolina, I'm in New York now, I brought her to one over there. They told her, drink a box of Certo and go back and take the test. You know what I'm saying? Now I thought it was all, but you know, she been drinking Certo ever since. Now I'm a very heavy weed smoker. After I saw that, and you know, I got to take piss tests with certain type of jobs I got to go in for. You know what I'm saying? That shit really worked. You know what I'm saying? So
that's understandable.
And I ain't diet, and I ain't had to, you know what I'm saying, not eat or do nothing. All I did was just drink a lot of water. And drink a box of that.
Yeah, okay. Check this out. She needed to do that, and there was in a way. If it was required, they probably had a guy or a person there watching her taking a piss test. He's just doing it for work. Ain't nobody gonna watch him, so he's just gonna go in there. All he has to take his wallet off, sign his paper, and all he has to do is go in there. Right? That's a simple drug test. You could just go get a quick fix, bro. Go get a quick fix. It's like $30. It's synthetic urine. Put it in a microwave for 12 seconds. Put the little bag. Go take it and drop it in there. Shake it. Give it to her. You're good to go.
And so this is how I used to pass all my other joints. I just bring something clean or something synthetic. Last time I fucking went, man, that shit didn't work out. It didn't work out for me, man. I kept it warm and all that shit. That shit came back with no temperature.
So you got to keep a thermometer on that shit too.
Hey, Harry, let me tell you something. The shit that One World's talking about, I got a family member that had to keep going to his PO, and he wasn't giving up his green. Same shit. Did that Certo shit, passed every... Well, I mean, they said he passed every time. So I don't know what the fuck
I'm gonna get right. I'm gonna take Danny and One World and what I've been knowing.
Combine that shit together.
Water game, and I'm gonna do that Certo thing. Yeah, should I do the Certo One World like the night of, like tonight?
Yeah, shit. Yeah, I mean, you could Google that. Yo, everybody be talking about that shit online too. It's just a box of Jello. You know what I'm saying? They do it. You know what I'm saying? They drunk that. I think probably a little before.
A little bit.
You know what I'm saying? She just be drinking that shit for a regular drink now because she don't. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Right.
But that shit really worked. You know what I mean? Like I said, I smoke heavy. I don't know too many people who fucks with me, and you know what I'm saying? It works for me. So, you know what I mean?
Okay. No, yeah, because I would definitely like to roll one up and smoke one. I just want to make sure that that's not gonna hinder any type of progress I wanna do between now and tomorrow.
And a fucking box of Certo, that shit probably like $5 or something like that, opposing to spending like $30, $40 on those other drinks. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So this is what you do. You know what I'm saying? For $5, you can buy the box of Certo. For $10, you can get a piss test from the drugstore, and you can test it yourself before you go do it. You know what I'm saying? So you can see how official it is. You know I believe in testing everything before I go do it.
Right.
I made sure even when I bought the Wizinator that held the piss in there and everything like that, before I took that shit to work, I made sure that I used it at home. I made sure that the batteries really held it for 8 hours, because you never know when it's going to do it. I'm checking the temperature. You know what I mean? I'm doing everything because I don't want to go there and then look like a fool. So, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to go there and you're trying it for your first time. So that's how I says test it.
Okay.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah, why don't you just move to Cali, G?
Man, listen, man, I'm tired of this shit. I was talking to court yesterday about it too. You know, all this legalization in the states of marijuana really don't mean a motherfucking thing, because that job still won't hire your ass. That's not changing anybody else's rules and shit, you know?
Right.
So it's like these motherfuckers is running around smoking recreational weed because the state say it's okay, but you still can't get that job you want to get because they not gonna hire your ass.
That's why I own my own business.
Yeah. That's why I want to do that this year too. I want to save some money. My investment now is in a pickup truck. I'm gonna grab me a little pickup truck and start doing my little thing, no matter what it may be.
Where you live at?
I stay out here in Georgia.
Yo, in Georgia, why don't you just do? I got two jobs. If you get a pickup truck, you can either do cable installation for either DirecTV or any in-house company, or you can do on DirecTV and stuff like that as a contractor. They make good money.
You got your CDL?
$2,000, $3,000 a week.
No, the CDL I don't have. But I know how to operate up to like a 26-footer automatic. You know.
Yeah, but technically, I think he's talking about his for commerce. Your driver's license is technically gives you the legal ability to operate in commerce.
You go get your CDL. You'll be good money anywhere.
And so look, right? So you know, everybody's out here creating. Well, I'm out here creating my own reality and shit, right? And I look at the steps that I'm taking and the extra steps that's been given to me. So once I grabbed this pickup truck, I was gonna start grabbing contracts from car dealerships, whether it be transporting auto parts or actually transporting vehicles, maybe like 2 or 3. Throw a little trailer on the back of the truck. But with that being said, it's like everything's falling into place because I just got an interview for a parts runner at the Mercedes-Benz dealership. You get what I'm saying? So let's say everything work out with that.
You heard?
I think he lost his mic.
Yeah. I would get into salesman too, man. For real. Like if I get into those parts, I would try to upgrade, like move them to a different position, like a salesman, start selling the Mercedes-Benz. Anybody who comes into that dealer to look for a car already is a buyer, because then people don't go into the dealers to look at Mercedes just because they think they can buy. They already know they can afford it. So you know, once you get that, boom.
I'll tell you, man, car salesman is a dirty business, bro.
But not the Mercedes-Benz, man. Those just sell for themselves.
But it's a dirty business, bro. I used to sell cars in Vegas. It's a dirty business, man. You really can't have a conscience doing that shit. I'm only bringing it up because I know Harry, and he wouldn't. We all got to make $1. I get that, but it's a dirty fucking business.
That's possible. I know somebody stuck me with a motherfucking deal that it was a whack ass deal. I was a stupid kid, 23 years old.
Well, that's the thing. Your paycheck is kind of determined on how bad you can screw somebody. I mean, it really is. Once I figured it out, that because I was good at it, but I can't do that knowing I'm screwing my fellow man. There's a difference between having a product and selling it or a service versus my paycheck. Whether I make $1,000 this month or $6,000 depends on how bad I fuck you. It's a dirty business. You get caught up in that shit.
Listen. I tried to get finance for a car like 4 months ago, and I'm still getting fucking calls almost every day from these fuckers.
Yeah, because they see they're sharks, man. They see you got good credit, and they want to sell you everything under the sun because they know that your credit will go through.
Yeah, that's how it is. But once your credit get good enough, it's like, and you know what the fuck you doing, you go in there demanding the shit you want, if that's what you really want, and can't nobody tell you different. Like my past 2 cars, I already had got my credit score up, so I went in there telling them what I wanted and what I didn't want, and the type of APR I wanted, and if you couldn't get me that, I'll go somewhere else.
Word.
And yeah, you gotta have those motherfuckers at your feet. I had them at my feet. The first 3 cars, I was at their feet. Last 2 cars, they at my feet.
Man, I'm telling you right now, what I do is I do Uber and Lyft. You know what I'm saying? And I get into a different tiers. So I make more money than most people because I pick up people in the airports and stuff like that, and I just take them home and make decent money. If you look at,
Danny,
yeah,
what are you talking about? Are you speaking of like the next step up, like once you actually have the Uber app, like actually going to get your, I guess your hack license, and then you can actually be like a real actual limousine through Uber?
Is like, what it is that Uber has a bunch of different tiers. You got the cheap tier, the Uber X. Then you got Uber XL. Then you have Uber, I forget what the other one is, but then you have one that's called Uber Black.
Right.
When you get to Uber Black, you make up to $8 to $12 a mile versus Uber X makes like 75 cents a mile. So you're not going to get anybody. You're going to get clients who can be A clients, VIP clients, professionals, lawyers.
This is basically where you could be picking up a fucking, let's just say, for example, for a Jay-Z or something like that.
Even a lot of basketball players. If you live in a town,
that's what I mean. You just start dealing with higher ups.
Yeah. So I'm working right now. I'm working on replacing what I got because I want to get me like a Suburban, like the RXL Suburban.
Yeah, them new shits, they nice.
Because that's the ultimate. You can. There's no cancellations when you got that. When you got what I got, an Acura, there's a specific Acura you have to have. So I have that one. It's a 2015. It's an older model. So I'm busting my ass trying to get more money. Now going, no buying me no clothes, no buying me no nothing for myself. Just saving the money so I could get me that truck. Because that truck is going to make me more money. And plus, you can do it whenever you want, when you want. You're your own boss. Nobody bothers you. You can you can be so much. You can work 50% of the time, make the same money you probably making right now, and still have 50% of your time with your family because you can go out, you can do the things you wanted to do, and then you could do it at night or the days you could pick Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. You're going to be at the airport. I suggest go to the airports and just park with your big truck if you got that one. And what you do is park right there because there's not a lot of guys using the Uber Black.
Pardon me, David. What he sound like, Harry? Didn't I tell you the same thing, bro?
Yeah, man.
I told you, bro, especially out here, bro, if you get up from 5 early, at 5, you get out 5 by the time 12 o'clock get done, you done made for $100, $150, bro. Guaranteed.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I told y'all this, but I stopped doing Uber because it wasn't too long after I proposed to my wife, I ended up picking up this little ride, man, and she was a fine little thing, and I got caught up in shit. So I haven't been back on the Uber app since that shit happened.
Yeah, but what you do is,
but I got to get back to the business.
What kind of car you got right now when you do Uber?
I got a Honda Accord 2018 Sport.
2018?
Yeah.
So you got a nice car.
Yeah.
You paying for it, right? You paying for it monthly?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay. This is what I would do if I were you. That is gonna get you to the next level. That car, you should utilize the car and you say what, Honda?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a no, it's an X. You can't utilize it for nothing else, only but X, right?
Mm.
It has
you
leather
asking
seats?
me or you telling me?
Does it have leather seats?
Yeah, it's like mixed. Like the edges and whatnot is leather. It's half leather, half fabric.
See if you can change it. Call them. See if you can put it in Uber Black or Uber Premium, or move it to another tier. See if you can do that. I've seen people who can do that if they can prove that the car is nice and the car is, you can move it to another tier, because then you can make more money. Because
and
your
who the
goal,
hell? When you say call, who do you call? What do you mean?
you call Uber. You call Uber,
like
the
their little
customer
toll-free
service, and tell them
system or
what I
something?
just told. Yeah, you call them and tell them, listen, I got a nice car. My car is brand new. I want to move up from a better tier. Is that possible? They're gonna try to get you into another apartment, and they're gonna look at the car, see if the car is, is up to spec, and the car is nice. Is it black?
Yeah, it's black. My shit blacked out.
Oh, perfect. Because that's what Uber Black. It has to be black, first of all.
Right. I realized that. Yep.
Okay, and if your car's decked out with Bluetooth and everything, and leather seats and everything, you can get into Uber Black. Okay, so all you have to do is call and see what happens. But if it doesn't, if you have to go to Plan B, now what you do is get up in the morning, like Homeboy's telling you, like 4 o'clock, get up. By 5 o'clock, you in the field. By 10:30, you already make 150, because you start getting that rush in the morning. And most people want to have a good day, so they tip better in the morning. Okay? So that's what I do. And what I always tell them when they complete the ride is that you've been a 5-star passenger. I appreciate you. Have a beautiful day. That leads them in their mind to give you that 5-star, because you put that in their mind. You didn't say nothing. You're just telling them they've been a 5-star passenger. So right away, when they're rating you, they're still on that page to give you a tip.
If I'm a 5-star passenger, how could I not give my driver 5 stars? Yeah.
The what?
Like what you're saying, without telling them, like if you're telling them, if you're letting them know that they're a 5-star passenger, then when they go give you that review, they're gonna want to make you a 5-star driver.
Yeah, exactly. So you kind of did reverse psychology on them.
Right.
So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Because I really don't care about the star 5 stars in reality. What I do care is right there, after they hit you with the 5-star, is the tip option. Okay. Because you stood in their mind, because you gave them a good ride. The car was clean. The car was nice, leather seats. They felt comfortable.
Right.
They're more prompt to give you a tip. You feel me? And in the morning, studies show that people want to have a good day. So having good karma, spread knowledge and worth, they give you a tip in that sense. That's what I'm trying to say you. So you'll make more money in the morning than in the afternoon. But then what I do is around 12 o'clock, I'll activate my Uber Eats, and I'll do Uber Eats in the afternoons. And then I go back to Uber XL, whatever I got.
Right. And it makes sense, though, because it's lunchtime. A lot of people don't want to step out the office for lunch or wherever they at.
Yeah, you do 5, 6 little. If you have a Quest like I do 5 and I get $8 extra. And if I do 10, I get $15 extra. And if I do 30, I get $60 extra. That also works out for you. So if you put them combined in a day, you can make up $300 to $400 a day. Do that 3 times a day, 3 times a week, 4 times if you're hungry. And if you're really, really hungry, you really want to grind, you do 7 days. By the end of the year, you make it $84,000 to $90,000. I guarantee it.
No, that's good. That's good. I got you on here, Danny. Now I could, when I get back on the road and I have any questions, I'm gonna definitely hit you up and shit, man. So that way I can know the ins and outs and shit like that. Cause I already got my shit going. I used to fuck with Uber, and this past weekend I re-downloaded the app. I gave them all my paperwork again. I downloaded the Lyft app, gave them all my paperwork. Only thing I'm waiting on right now from Lyft is for them to complete my background check. And as far as Uber, I'm just waiting for them to give me the okay. Everything already went through again, So whether I pass or fail this drug test, I really still got my shit locked up no matter what.
And you in Atlanta?
I'm about 30 minutes out. I'm in the greater Atlanta area though.
But Atlanta's a good fucking place to do Uber, bro.
Yo, y'all keep getting this call from Indigenous 56 Ace?
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep getting a call from him.
What's good? That's me. I'm in here.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's what up.
I'm just saying we need to be more free and less tied down to this type of work. We're not meant to be 24 hours, like 40, 60 hours at work all the time, not being parents, not being good parents to our kids. We're meant to be around them. So why not do a job that you can control? Now, I'm not saying if you do X all the time, you're going to be giving money back to Uber. But if you can jump to Uber Black, you can make more money that way.
Yeah, so once I see they give me the green light, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call them and try to go straight into that Black shit. But yeah, me and Truth be talking about that a lot, man. You know, just because Truth is back in the 9-to-5 system and shit like that. And it's like these motherfuckers that have your life at a standstill. 10 hours a day, 5 days a week. For the rest of your life, if you allow them to, you know?
You a digital slave, brother. A digital slave.
And I'm all about growth. So it's like, I'm not going to lie. I've, you know, as far as the work matrix and being able to bring home a certain amount of dollars, whether it's 500, 600, 700 a week, I done mastered that shit, you know? Because that shit is so easy to master. A job is a job. You know, a job can never be a career. But, I'm ready to step to the next plateau, man. I have to be able to have my time free for the people that need my time. And I still have to be able to create these finances at the same time, too.
How old are you?
I'm 33.
All right. Have you ever heard of Acorn?
Yeah. You
utilize Acorn?
No. I haven't even looked into it, but I do see it is like a little some type of little saving app. I want to be able to do like an Acorn with my family. And when I say family, I mean this chat family.
Listen,
you know, I want to be able to really bring something physical to the table. And I would imagine y'all would love to too. And all it takes is a little potluck. You get what I'm saying? We could all put in a little $10 every Friday or Saturday. And one person get to touch that pot every month, you know, or however we decide to go about doing it. But I want to be able to help my brothers and sisters out physically in this world. And vice versa.
Yeah. Acorn is it literally saves money for you for the end, you know, you could for when you retire. What it does, it takes it rounds up your change. So if you buy something at Walmart with $2.50, it adds those 50 cents to round it up to $3, and they invest that money for you.
You know, banks. Banks had that option for years too. You know that, right? I remember back in like 2003, I used to bank with Bank of America, and they had that option in Bank of America back in 2003. It would round off every dollar I spend, and it would automatically throw it into my savings.
No, this is not savings. You're actually investing. Into...
Right. No, yeah, I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying like it's kind of it's so similar because I would spend $2.05. But on my card, it would say I spent $3. But now that 95 cents went to my savings. And next thing you know, a month or two later, I got like, you know, a little $100 in my savings, and I've never really saved anything. You know, they were just taking, you know, they were rounding it off and just taking whatever they rounded off. And what kind of investments do you get to pick your investments in Acorn, or it just automatically invests into certain things for you?
It automatically invests into these specific stocks they mess with. So if you look at them, it's pretty much everything you've seen everywhere else. It's Apple, everything, all the big companies. So you could be a moderate, or you could be aggressive. You could be in the middle. You could be, you know.
Because look, man, one thing I realized in life, a lot of people, even the people who don't even try to, we know how to fucking fake the funk, you know? And motherfucker could have a bill on his head and he don't got a motherfucking place to turn or a soul to turn to ask for some type of help.
So we fake it till we make it.
You get what I'm saying? And even then, we never really fucking make it. You know, and I just want to be able to know that we were able to help out somebody who needed help without even them asking. You know, because I know, listen, man, I can't speak for everybody, but I can look back and see these things I may have materialistically, or look at the apartment I'm living in and say I'm okay, but I'm not okay. You know, nobody's okay because we can't do the things we want to do.
We're not where we want to be, but we try. We're striving and thriving to get there.
Right. And how much of a completion would one feel knowing that he just fucking, it was his turn, you know, come February 29th or whatever the last day February is. He knows that he got a pot with a little $700 that he could go fucking pay his rent or do this or do something to where it's actually opening up that check that he might have got that Friday, or the check that he got coming up this Friday.
Or someone kicked it over to where he can't receive anything from it.
See what I'm saying? You know, that can free up a whole month for one of us and our families. And then we get the taste. We get the taste of milk and honey, the land of milk and honey, little by little.
I guess that's why I bang on NASA the way I do, because people sit there and like what good is that gonna do? I say that'll free up a whole lot of money. Not saying that the government gonna they want our time and energy more than our money anyway. So not saying that money won't be displaced anywhere else, but that's why I bang on them, because like $70 million a day on holidays and weekends. You can't turn your nose at that.
But like we always talk about, I mean, this is the year of truth, and shit's been unveiling. And if you realize, I don't know, nobody donates the Red Cross during these times of turbulence nowadays. They're actually going to specific places, specific people, and giving that money to them specifically, because they understand that this whole government thing is a sham. Millions of dollars Red Cross to get, but meanwhile they're killing the people that they're supposed to be going to save.
Yeah, they create the problem and a solution. It's called the Hegelian dialect.
Yeah. Order out of chaos.
That's order out of chaos.
Yeah. It's kind of sad.
Divide and conquer. Order out of.
No, it is sad, Danny. I feel you, brother. It's times where I get like I may get emotional on the chat, not for me, but for the pain I understand that other people, that everybody's going through. You know, that shit kind of fucks with my head too. But I just easily shake that shit off and know that the future's always an action away, man. The future's now. So if you want to change something, all you got to do is change it. You know, people make things real difficult, but it's real simple.
I don't call it emotional. It's just like dealing with all this total.
Word. Making me emotional. Shit.
Nah, but yeah, I'm just a strong believer of letting everybody know and letting everything go. If I see something that needs to be said, I'm gonna say it. If I see something that needs to be done, I'm gonna do it. I don't wait on nobody or no one to do or say anything for me, or because of me.
Yeah, man.
And then when it comes to especially owning yourself, you know, I want to be able to take control of myself. I want to be able to take control of my kids again, you know. We be doing some chats with Tenkara and Court and Nadi and shit like that, man, and they be breaking that down crazy, you know. And I just found out I gotta go claim my kids, you know. I gotta go get my kids back from the state.
Yeah, you talking about because you signed them off when they were in birth, right?
Yeah, man.
That's that paper genocide.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And that shit's real. That shit holds weight, you know, because when shit hits the fan, if you got the proper paperwork, you know, whether it be the military or regular police coming to knock on your door, you know, that paperwork, you having it or not having it, that could determine whether they gonna pick your ass up and take you somewhere or not. You know, so it can't protect you from anything, but it can definitely impede on any type of actions they may want to force upon anybody.
Word.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I got to go to this Capitol building pretty soon.
I printed it out.
Oh, for you and yours and shit?
Yeah, here in Florida, you got to go to this, the Treasury, something, and you got to kind of claim yourself, tell them, hey, I'm here. You don't owe me anymore. And you got to pay like $300, and they'll send you your real birth certificate. Once you have your real birth certificate, then you can
authenticate it and whatnot.
Yeah, then you can go to the people who's been making money out of you and claim all that money back and tell them you have no right to make money out of without my consent.
Hey, hold on. Hey, say that again. What is that called?
That's the problem, dude. I can't remember on top of the head, but somewhere out here, it's I think
you got to take control of your straw. It's claiming straw man. It's claiming the rights to your straw man. He talk about the getting your status correct.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Because when you listen to this, when you are a kid, when you are taught to write your name, you write your name with a capital, and then everything else is small letters, right? And your birth certificate, your driver's license, your social security, everything is spelled in capital letters. That's your straw man. That's not who you really are. You're a sovereign human being. But they utilize that so they can keep tap on you and use your kind of like currency, like Homeboy was saying earlier.
Yeah, I was just trying to get that proper name so I can like tap into it and look it up and get it correct, you know?
Facts. Motherfucker, my lighter's not working now.
Yeah, I heard you coughing on something earlier you were smoking. I was going to ask what were you smoking, Danny?
Can me not tell you.
Hey, you got to blow inside the lighter. You got to blow it like we used to do on the Nintendo cartridges.
Yeah, that shit might have a little piece of lint that you can't see or something in it.
I know I got an extra lighter somewhere out here, but I got to find it.
What you working with, a Bic or one of them crackhead lighters?
One of them orange crackhead lighters.
One of them old crackhead lighters, huh?
Yo, word, that's what I found, man. An old blue crackhead lighter.
Hey, that's why we keep matching on that.
Yo, I cannot believe this, yo. You called it out, and I found one just like this one. This one is called MK. Bootlegged.
Yo, it's mad weird because as you talking and I'm looking at your avatar, I see the little green things going up and down, but it almost looked like as you're talking, you're making whatever is in your hand light up and shit. That shit was almost weird.
Word?
Hey, we got to get back to getting wood and rocks and however they strap the mic and match like that.
Hell yeah, you got to learn how to strike a little fire without no light or something. Keep some flint. Always keep some flint around and shit. You know, the flint is the main thing. If we could keep flint, we would be good to go.
I have a fire starter that I bought through Amazon. It was like $6. The reason why I bought this, it works on the water. It works wet. You don't have to worry about, getting a spark when it's like raining around, all condensation going around.
I get what you're saying. It's like those. It has like the Zippo effect. You can light it up anywhere, no matter what type of condition.
Right. So it's like $6-7, and it's like it can fit in your pocket. So, in a survival situation, you got to learn how to do fire and water, how to clean the water. And I want to show you.
Go ahead, Danny.
I want to show you a way that I learned here in Florida that a lot of people do. What they do is they get 3 gallons, those big yellow food graded gallons of 25. I can't remember the number exactly, but you know what I'm talking about, like a garbage can, but it's plastic.
Talking about the barrels, the 50 or the 55-gallon barrels.
Yes, 55, exactly, 55-gallon barrels, and you're gonna stack them up on top of some cement blocks that you're gonna have them in the middle. You can work in the middle of the. So you're gonna put them on top of each other, and what you're gonna do, you're gonna get some clean sand, charcoal, and grains of rocks, and you're gonna do that 3 times. So when the water comes in, it does a natural purifier. By the time it reaches to the bottom, it's clean, and all you have to do is boil it, and you're good to go.
Wow, we need that. We call it prehistoric, but man, that was advanced. That was advanced.
It does the same thing as nature. It cleans the water, purifies it. It adds the minerals, and all you have to do is clean, boil it, and it's clean as nature. And you don't have to use not too many tools. So in a survival situation, you can find those gallons, and everything that I just told you, charcoal, grain, small little rocks, pebbles, and then sand. Sand is everywhere. So because that's going to be the first problem. Once the system shuts down, the water is going to start coming. What is everybody going to do? People are going to get paranoid.
And when people panic, that's when mayhem and confusion and calamity follows.
Where?
Hell yeah, niggas start seeing shit. You start looking at each other like the enemy and shit for no fucking reason.
And the people with the guns, they're the first ones that are going to go out.
Oh, my brother Court actually was letting me know, since we were talking about that fire and shit. If you guys remember back in school when we used to make like paper mache projects and shit like that, it's something that you can do with the newspaper. You can almost kind of like paper mache it and just and let it harden up and just put it to the side. And once you put a spark to that, when you need it, that should instantly catch fire.
Okay.
Court knows exactly like step by step how to do it, but basically it's like you almost like creating a paper mache and then letting it dry up, and it becomes not flammable, but it can ignite really quickly once you need it ignited.
Facts. I got
so I mean we just got to be able to learn how to bring these elements to life when shit hits the fan. So I mean we got water. We're learning water. We're learning fire. What else elements we need? We need air.
I got some MRE